Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our weekly webinar. It's Andy Hansen, as I'm sure you already know, stepping in for Dan and me here. Me here is somewhere in the world. He's on a 2-week tour, and Dan is busy working on some major projects. So I said I would jump in and do the webinar. So we have quite a bit to go through today. So I hope you've got your pad and your pen ready. Do take notes. If you've got any questions, then do feel free to contact us at the office, where one of the lovely team support will be more than happy to help you, I'm sure. So we're going to be looking at the directors program today, Leo Gold, the digital market service, what's in the news, events, a DSA survey, and we got some notices. So it's not going to be a really long webinar, but lots of important information. So do pay close attention, please. And of course, make sure that you do pass the information on to your team. Encourage them to read the email that Jeff sends out, and also to ensure that they're really keep up to speed and they're engaged with us. And it's very important that when you're working with a networking company that you are, as a member, engaged, so you know what's going on and that the information is flowing through you down to your team. So let's take a look at the directors program. Now, major developments on this. If you've been away, you may have missed it in the last couple of webinars, but there's some new bonuses or levels of bonuses that have been added into the existing directors program. So you'll remember, or you should know, that the anyone who's a director or above can have a additional bonus, if you will, that's based on their network bonus. So when their network bonus reaches £4,000 bonus of a month, they will get a bonus of £2,000. Now, for the first 6 months for newly qualified directors, this means that when their network bonus reaches just £2,000, they get an additional payment of £500. And when their network bonus reaches £3,000, they get an additional bonus of £1,000. And so that helps them to step towards the bigger one of £4,000 with a bonus of £2,000. Now, it's not accumulative. You don't get all of them at the same time, but it's as you're going through the months and you're progressing and developing your team. And for the first 6 months of 2018, any existing directors and above can also benefit from the rewards at these lower levels of achievement too. So the most important thing, I think, from this slide is you must sign and return your directors program contract if you want to join this particular bonus scheme. So that's all good news. These are little stepping stones that take you towards the big payment of the £2,000 a month. So very important if you're a director or you're about to go director. And if you're not a director, what are you waiting for? Many people, hundreds and hundreds of people have done it already. So it's all about you setting your goals and working a plan so that you can get to director as quickly as possible. And we'll come back to that at the end of the webinar. So Leo Gold. Now, we're talking a lot about Leo Gold, and that's because we are fast approaching the launch of autosave, which will be our customer proposition, which enables you to create a passive residual income with Leo. And that's obviously very important. It's one of the real sort of building blocks of a network marketing company, that it has an offering that enables you to do something once and be paid forever as long as that customer continues to consume the product or service. And in our case, that is them purchasing gold. So let's take a look at some of the things that you really do need to know so that you start working now, today, so that you develop your team and get ready for the launch of autosave. Don't wait for autosave to be launched before you do something, because then you're going to take a couple of months to get up to speed, and then you've lost a couple of months of potential extra income. Now remember, when Gold was launched, we launched it as something that's not a instead of product. It's not to replace anything, it's in addition to. And it really completes, I believe, the ecosystem, the whole philosophy behind Leo, because if you are investing outside of Leo and you're investing on the stock market and you're creating a retirement fund, you'd be looking at stock, shares and bonds. You'd probably be looking at property. You may well look at disruptive technology, so fintech and all that sort of stuff, and precious metals and diamonds. And up until the launch of gold, Leo offered all three. So offered the pre-share offer, it had property through Leo Tower, disruptive technology, with the whole business is disruptive, but Leo Crowd and things like that. And so by launching gold, we now complete the full picture, if you like. It's the last piece of the puzzle. And you may be thinking, well, why should everybody be thinking about gold anyway? Is it really that important? Well, you can do your own research online, but really it comes down to the fact that we look at the this simple slide here. And this shows the true numbers since 1972 of investing money in the bank versus buying and saving gold. And as you can see, there's a tremendous difference between the two. So we've sort of been grown up and spoon-fed with the idea that, you know, you should be saving money in the bank, saving money in the bank, saving money in the bank. And of course, we've seen over recent years that that might not necessarily be a smart idea, depending where you live, with the collapse of some major banks, and in our case in the United Kingdom, banks having to be bailed out by us, the taxpayer. And then we've also seen the fact that, you know, in some countries, saving money in the bank is not a smart thing to do if it's going to be over a certain amount. So certainly in the UK, you don't want to have more than £80,000 in your bank, because if the bank goes down, you're not going to get your money back. Well, you'll get 80 grand back. You won't get the balance back. So gold is something that everybody understands. It's been around since whenever, long before currency was ever invented and physical money. And it's something that people get. And it's something that is of limited supply. It has an increasing value. I mean, on average, if we look over the last sort of 50, 60 years, it's doubled its value every 10 years. And you may say, well, you know, that's not that impressive. Well, it's a lot more impressive than keeping your money in the bank, that's for sure, as this slide shows. So smart people buy and save gold for sure. They wouldn't be putting all their eggs in one basket by having it all in the bank. Now, I'm not saying that you should have all of your spare money in gold, because that would be a foolish advice too. You need to be spreading your portfolio across different elements of that quadrant of the 4 items. So what are the options? Well, there's a few options, because obviously we're members of Leo. And as a member of Leo, we get to purchase things that our customers won't be able to purchase. And the first thing we have is the gold pack. Now, the gold pack is designed for a business builder. It's not designed for your auntie, your uncle, your granny, your brother, your neighbor, whoever that just wants to buy and save gold. So don't sell them a value pack. The value pack is for someone that not only wants to buy and save gold, but they also want to develop their business and create a passive residual income and create wealth for the future. And in the gold packs, we obviously have physical gold, which you can see on the screen there. You also have your live seminar tickets. Now, those live seminar tickets are to be used at gold live seminars, because the gold division of the business will have its own live seminars. And the first one will be the one where you'll be trained and accredited so that you can actually market the autosave product, because there's very strict rules around the marketing of gold. You also have your discount cards, depending what pack you buy, would depend whether you have any or whether you have 10. And the discount cards are there to enable you to offer discount when you're presenting to someone who's going to buy a 12-month gold pack. So it enables them to have a £100 discount. And we also have your Leo Gold membership card, which enables you to get 10% discount off our limited edition items. So let's take a look at the actual packs. You've got a 1-month pack, a 4-month pack, and a 12-month pack. Now, what's very important for everybody to understand, because we don't want people emailing in complaining in the future that they never knew. If you have any intention on building a gold team or helping your team to market autosave, you need to purchase a value pack. Now, whether it's 1 month, 4 month, 12 month, that's your decision. That's down to your own personal circumstances and your budget. So the minimum you could do is a 1-month pack. And by purchasing a 1-month pack, you are then able to come and be trained and certified to market Leo Gold's autosave product, which means you're also then entitled to be compensated through the autosave compensation plan. Now, without a pack, you can't be trained and accredited, which means you cannot benefit from the sale of gold. So if you've got 1,000 people in your team, and 800 of them decide that they're going to go onto autosave and bring on their neighbor and their auntie and their uncle for autosave too, that's going to be generating a lot of commission as regards gold sales, of which you wouldn't benefit from unless you've actually been licensed and you've purchased a gold pack. Now, you don't have to, because you don't have to participate in the gold element of the business. But I just want it crystal clear so everyone understands. If you've got gold moving through your team, if you've not purchased a gold pack, be it 1, 4, or 12 months, you will not qualify for the autosave commissions. So let's look at what we're seeing happening now, which is very, very interesting. We're seeing members that are now signing up new prospects to join the team by selling them a 1-month gold pack. And then once they've got that pack, they've gone bronze. So they're now entitled to purchase the 12-month DMS so the digital market service. So this is great news, because now what we're seeing is members, particularly in China, we're seeing this, where that's our biggest market so far for gold, is the members are saying, well, hang on a minute, if I sign them up with a gold pack and I sell them the 12-month DMS, they qualify to participate in the entire business project. So they're qualifying for the normal Leo compensation plan. They're qualifying for the gold autosave compensation plan. They're also working with crypto, etc., with the DMS. So it's the best way to bring a new member in, be it a 1-month, 4-month, or 12-month pack, and then add on, upsell the 12-month DMS service. And that is what we're seeing happening more and more and more. And that would be my advice to you. If you're presenting to someone in the next 48 hours, present the business to them and then offer them a 1, 4, or 12-month gold pack, and then upsell into the 12-month DMS product once they're already a member. That is the logical way to enable them to play in all of the elements of our business model. So let's look at exactly how that works, so everybody's crystal clear. Let's look at our team building earnings. How do they work with gold? You get exactly the same compensation plan as you do with the standard e-learning, the educational packages that you've been selling up to now. So the 1, 4, and 12-month value packs. It's exactly the same compensation plan. There's no change there. So every time you sell a 1-month, 4-month, or 12-month gold pack, it triggers all of the bonuses, etc. You can see on the screen there, depending where you are in the business, and how big your team is, etc., etc. The difference with autosave is this is a personal customer compensation plan. So you may well have, say, 5 customers, and we're going to teach you how you actually get those 5 customers and how you lock them into that autosave product when we see you at one of the Gold Live seminars. And these customers will buy gold on a monthly basis, and each month that they buy gold, you get paid. So this really is a quintessential networking product. You sell it once, the customer loves it, and they buy again and again and again and again. But you don't have to keep selling it again and again and again. You introduce it to them once, you get paid every time that they reorder. Of course, the benefit is that keyword leverage, because the autosave product will actually pay you for 10 generations or 10 levels within your team. So if you've got 2 personals, and you introduce them to gold and they bring on 5 customers each, then on your level 1 you'd have 10 customers, wouldn't you? And if we duplicate it, there's another keyword from networking, you duplicate it through those 10 levels, you could, with perfect structure, have over 10,000 customers. And if they're all buying a gram of gold a month, that's over 10,000 grams of gold a month, which means you'd be earning over 10,000 pounds a month. And once this is done and it's just running and it's running and it's running and they keep ordering and they keep ordering, that will be coming in. The money just keep coming in. It just keep coming in. Whether you're actively building your business or not at that time is a different story, because this is the passive residual element. Now remember, on the gold autosave earnings, and this is why we did it this way, there is no weekly cap on your earnings. So under the normal compensation plan for team building and product sales, there is a cap. 15,000 a week is the cap. Here, there is no cap. And that's why we had to create a brand new compensation plan within the Leo ecosystem for gold, because we didn't want a cap here. So if you had 100,000 customers over 10 levels buying a gram a month, then you can see what your earnings would be. If you had 5,000, you know what your earnings would be. So this is a great thing, because now you can actually goal set and strategize of what to do in your business from customer acquisition to enable you to be able to create the income that you're truly looking to achieve, and an income that will be building and building month in, month out. And one thing's for sure, the rarer gold gets, the more value that's going to be placed on gold and the more people that are going to want to buy gold. We're in an age where mines are shutting down because they've exhausted the gold. There's none left. Gold has become more and more popular. It's now popular in Pakistan and India and in countries where it wasn't historically. We see the big wedding season in the Asian market when gold sales go through the roof. China's now engaged with gold. So there's so many people chasing gold that this really is as closest as you're ever going to get to a guaranteed wheel of fortune, where you buy gold today and then you save it and you save it and you save it for that rainy day or for your retirement. So this really is a big game changer for you, your business, and for Leo, because now we're able to bring on customers en masse, and we could easily, between us, bring on 1 million customers by the end of this year, just buying 1 little gram of gold each and every month. So let's look at the timeline. Now, Leo Gold was announced, I think, firstly, it came out around October, I think, last year. And during that time, the team has worked so hard to develop a complete brand new standalone business, product, compensation plan, got all the licenses in place, got all the contracts in place, found the best supplier of gold they could possibly find to deliver us with something that as a networker we should be tremendously proud of. This is a big selling point when we're talking to people about the wider business. So December, we launched the pre-sale of gold packs. January went for the full release of the 3 gold packs. Then we announced who our actual shipping agent was and of the marketing packs. And then limited edition coin came out. And the last step we've got to do of those 5 steps is the actual autosave, to launch the autosave so that we can all start going through our list again to all the people that said no to us when we approached them about Leo. And we can now go back to them and say, look, I know you're not interested in Leo. I get that. I respect that. But I've got something you're definitely going to be interested in. And then you give them a quick 3-minute presentation on Leo Gold, and bingo, you've got yourself another customer. And you never know, that customer may turn around and say, well, I didn't know you did gold. I'd like to become a member of your team. Now, if you've already purchased your gold pack, you'll have seen, hopefully, if you've logged in, that you need to do your KYC. And I know this creates big gasps of, oh my goodness alive, not another KYC. Why another one? Guys, it is what it is. Leo is an ethical company that does it by the book. It follows the rules. It's a business that's been here for 6 years and wants to be here for another 6 years. And whilst we may find it's a pain to have to do another KYC, we just have to accept that we live in a world that's highly regulated today. You know, you may have a bank account. It doesn't mean when you go to open a new bank account, you don't have to do KYC again. So just get KYC done. Once it's done, you can forget about it. But what it does do is point to the fact that Leo, the board of directors, and all of the staff are all in it for the long term with you. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a scam. It's not one of those things that they offer all sorts of sparkly stuff that doesn't even exist, stuff that's just out there in the ether, that leads to, in one case, an ex-Leo director, and I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but anyway, an ex-Leo director, a member director, I mean, not a corporate director, has just been arrested in Pakistan. He's joined a purported network marketing business, which looks totally scammy, and he's been arrested because he's dealing quite clearly with something that isn't what it claims to be, and the authorities are already on it. And this is a very new business. You know, it literally launched this year, I believe. So you want to take sort of heart from the fact that at Leo things are done correctly. That may not mean that we're the fastest moving company in the world, and it may not mean that everything that has to be done you agree with, but rules are rules, and they're there for us to follow. So just get the KYC done, and you'll be very, very happy that you did. Now, our first gold coin is absolutely stunning. And this is something that if you're a leader in the business, you definitely should be purchasing one of these for yourself. It would be one of the greatest sales tools you've ever purchased. Imagine being able to talk to a brand new prospect or a potential leader for your business, and then you pull out the first ever Leo Gold coin, which commemorates the launch of the company in front of the pyramids 6 years ago. And they can hold that 1 ounce pure gold coin in their hand and look at it, and all of a sudden everything you're talking about becomes real. It becomes physical, because now they can physically feel it and touch it and see the quality of that lovely sparkly coin. This is a very, very limited edition run, and it's very limited. So if you're a leader, you should definitely be purchasing one of these. If you've got a 12-month gold pack, then you get a 10% discount off it anyway. And you will be one of the proud owners of a valuable piece of pure gold, a limited edition coin, which will form ultimately part of a 5-coin set. So even if you didn't collect the balance of the 5, at some point someone's going to start offering you silly money to get their hands on the coin, because they only managed to get the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and they want to complete the set. Now these will be sold out. I know they will by Mauritius. So if you're going to do it now. Don't delay. Get in there, get it pre-ordered so that you can take ownership of one of those fantastic coins, and be one of the people to say, I was there, I did it, I got one of the first coins, and use it as a sales tool. This is a great way for you to be able to develop your business. Now, here's the key thing you'll see on the slide there. Once we have minted the first limited, very limited edition run, the mold will be broken. There is no opportunity in the future for us to recreate this coin and re-release it. So it really is first come, first served. This is something that you need to really think about, and how it's going to impact your business in a positive way. So call to action for gold. Purchase your own Leo gold pack. If you don't, and your team starts to play with gold and sell gold and get customers, you're going to lose out, because you will not get the autosave commission. Revisit your list and make some phone calls, because people say no, N-O, because they don't know, K-N-O-W, why to say yes. And you showing them gold could be the catalyst that turns someone that was very negative about joining you and your team to being the most positive prospect you've ever seen. Introduce 2 new personal team members to Leo Gold this month. Purposely go and look for people that would like to market gold. Help your team to purchase their own gold packs. That's very important. Sign up to AutoSave as soon as it launches, and attend the first Leo Gold Live seminar tour. Come and get trained. Come and get accredited. Come and get excited about what gold can do for you and your future. The possibilities with gold really are endless. The opportunity is unlimited. In fact, it's enormous, because gold is one of those safe havens, and the company has plans, and Dan and me here have plans of a way that they're going to take gold, one of the oldest recognized wealth creating things, and merge it into technology as well. And that's something that you'll all be excited about, and you'll learn about over the coming weeks and months. So, talking about technology and digital things, the digital market service being a runaway success. This is a great service. I think it's priced too cheaply, personally. £1,250 for 12-month service. So that's hardware, software, expertise, security, building, electric, air conditioning, everything that's needed to effectively market for cryptocurrencies for only £1,250 for 12 months. And you also get your BP and RP out of that. And the great news is this is another great selling tool, because there's thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands of people who would love to play and be in the arena of cryptocurrency, but they haven't got the time, energy, or inclination to do it. And we take away that. Leo takes away the hassle. All you do is engage with the service. And for those of you who have already had rewards back from your own DMS, I'm sure you're very positive about what you've received. And those of you that haven't, then if you purchase your DMS before the end of the month, then your first month of mining and your first reward date will be 1st of June for mining starting, and 30th of June for your first reward date. What are you waiting for? You know, being an entrepreneur is about seeing an opportunity when it comes straight in front of your eyes. The key to success, however, is to recognize the right opportunity when it passes in front of your eyes, and not to let it go by and not even recognize that it's an opportunity. This is a tremendous opportunity for you, for your team, your family, your friends, and your loved ones. It's a great opportunity for you to also develop your team by combining gold packs with the DMS service. That way you've got the best of every single world. So in the news, Digital Currency Day. Well, that was a day to remember, and it's now being covered on a lot of Chinese websites, which is great news. So Digital Currency Day here in the United Kingdom, in the Houses of Parliament. Next thing, it starts spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading, so that now we see it popping up on websites in China, would you believe? That shows the power of technology, but it also shows the power of the message, because now digital currency is started to be looked at as a serious proposition, not as a here today, gone tomorrow. Now governments are starting to engage and look at it, and we'll have a bit more news about that as we go through the slides. I want to give my congratulations to Christine over in Canada, who hosted a meeting there on my behalf. I was due to go over, but unfortunately we had to reschedule. But Christine went ahead and did the meeting, because we always want to deliver what we promised. And apparently the meeting was fantastic. The members really enjoyed themselves. Mr. Me here's on a 2-week tour of the world. He's not back for 2 weeks. He's going here, there, and pretty much anywhere. And his first event he held in Morocco at the weekend was absolutely runaway success. They were expecting about 700 people. 1,000 people rocked up to his meeting. Can you believe it? 1,000 people. That shows the power of leadership of the organizers. The organizers of that event got behind the event and they picked up the telephone and they pumped those phones to get that event not only full, but people literally all over the shop, standing at the sides and, you know, standing room only. So congratulations to the leaders and the team over there in Morocco. Great, great job. I know that me here had a wonderful time before he left and shot off to his next venue. Now, I said we were going to mention a bit more about Parliament and stuff like that and the Digital Currency Day. Well, here you're going to see photos of me here and Dan sat in a room of politicians in the British Parliament last Monday when they were there to help with the formation of the all-parliamentary group of digital currencies. And you'll even see a little snapshot there of the actual document at the bottom of the page that was completed. So Dan and me here were there helping to steer and guide the politicians around that table who came from all of the different political parties, who have formed a group who is going to start looking at digital currencies and what they maybe can do to help ensure that all of the digital currencies are legitimate and are real and will deliver what they're saying they're going to deliver, etc., like Leo coin and Bitcoin and all of those, and that the scammy things that are out there and the scammy deals don't get to surface and don't get any traction. This is such positive news. Hats off to Dan and me here for pulling this one off. Me here particularly working tirelessly for weeks and hours and hours and hours on the phone, talking parliamentarians and, you know, planting that seed in their mind of what they should be doing. And then Dan and me here to go along and actually help them with their inaugural meeting, the formation of that very group of parliamentary members. So this is great, great news. Another exciting piece of PR that the Leo Coin Foundation is making headway and is really spearheading and leading the way in what it's doing in the marketplace. Now, me here will be hosting his FinTech Revolution. That's a word we have to be careful using these days. And that's going to be in Manila in the Philippines. And that's Saturday, 24th, this Saturday. Tickets are absolutely free. So if you'd like to go, there are a few tickets left. If you've got any prospects in the area you'd like to send along, then I can assure you that me here and Rachel in the Philippines will take care of your prospects. There'll be no monkey business. They'll take care of them and ensure they get everything they need. So do feel free to send your prospects along to that event, but you will need to move quickly to get those tickets, which will be an absolute fantastic sellout event. Rachel's events are great. I've been to many of them in the Philippines. And then we start the Momentum Tour, so Istanbul, Turkey, Saturday the 7th of April. Now, we're limited on tickets here, guys, and I know that we do have a little bit of a procrastination going on in the field with the members of, oh, I'll get my ticket tomorrow, I'll get my ticket tomorrow, I'll get my ticket tomorrow. That's okay until you can't get a ticket. So what I'm saying is that all of our members around the world, and all the leaders particularly, if any of your team are planning on going to Istanbul, Turkey, they need to get their tickets this week, because if they don't, they're not going to get a ticket. So I know the event's not for a couple of weeks yet, but they need to get their tickets this week, and if they don't, they're not going to get a ticket. So get the message out. It's a £20 ticket. I mean, this is not a shattering cost. So me here, Dan and myself will be at that event. We're looking forward to seeing you all. We only have 500 tickets, so it is first come, first served. And I know by the end of this week, you won't be able to get a ticket. So get your tickets, get your teams to get their tickets, send your prospects along to that event. Great way for someone to see the business. Best thing you could do is come yourself and bring a prospect, because then they get to experience everything. And you never know, you might get to introduce them to Dan or me here. The next Momentum event will be China and Hong Kong, and here's a great lesson. 1,100 tickets, there's none left. This is completely done and dusted. This is a slightly longer event, it's 3 days, but this event is completely now gone. Every ticket is gone. We cannot take one more person. So it just shows that if you procrastinate, you end up losing out. And then we go to the Ivory Coast, and that's Saturday, 26th of May. So that's just after we've had Mauritius. And again, that would be Dan and myself. Me here won't be available for that one. Tickets there are only £10, but they're already starting to sell out now. So again, I'm really saying for all of these events, if you don't get your tickets in the next week, I think you're going to be sadly disappointed. We don't have any opportunity to stay longer or to do a secondary event, because the day after this event, we then go to Cameroon. So there's no chance of making either one bigger or doing extras. Both of them have only got 500 seats available. So if your team reaches into any of these areas, Africa, etc., or if you want to come and to those events yourself, then feel free. But do get on the tickets today. Don't leave it, you know, this culture of, oh, it's okay, I'll get a ticket the day before. We really have to change that, because so many people are now getting disappointed that they can't get into the events. In between all of that, we have Carnival 2018, which is in Mauritius. It's going to be something else. Been through the agenda, been through everything that's going on. It's going to be absolutely the best event that Leo's ever held anywhere in the world, whatever's ever been done. This really is top end. It's all inclusive. Everything, your alcohol, your food, your accommodation, everything is covered. This really is going to be an exclusive experience. And the great news is the whole resort is 100% Leo. So nobody else, other than the staff, of course, you know, the staff at the resort, but there's no members of the public there. So we have an exclusive resort in one of the most beautiful islands of the world, and we've got everything laid on. It doesn't matter if you want to go snorkeling, you want to go sailing, you want to go trapezing, play golf, you want to play tennis, bowls, archery, you want to dance the night away, you want to drink, you want to eat, you want to swim in the sea, you want to just lay in the sun. It's all available, and it's all free. So if you've qualified, because again, this event, as you know, qualified out, there's no spare places, then you only have to this Friday, the 23rd, to enter your flight details into the back office, in your member back office. So all the arrangements can be made for your pickups, etc., etc., etc. Don't delay. If you're having any problems for any reasons, you must email events@welcometoleo.com and let them know. Because come Friday the 23rd, if your flight's not uploaded and you've not done the necessary things so that you can redeem your ticket, you run the risk of losing your place at the resort. Now, that might not sound important until you realize that there are at least 123 people who would like to buy in to come to Mauritius that can't, and they're just sat on the sidelines waiting for someone who qualified not to redeem their ticket. You've done the hard work to be there. Why on earth fall at the last hurdle by not doing what you need to, so that you can join us for that life-changing, and it will be life-changing. I can assure you of that. This is going to be something you've never experienced before, and you're going to get to find out before anybody else in the world where Carnival 2019 is going to be. And Mauritius is unbelievable, but 2019's resort, I cannot believe Leo's going there. I cannot believe it. And in fact, me here and Joel, our creative director, are flying in a few days' time to this 2019 location to film the promotional video for each and every one of you to see in Mauritius. So don't fall over at the hurdle. Get your flight details uploaded so we can get you sorted and organized. We've also updated the website. So now you can go in there, and you would have received an email too. But let's take a look at the website as well. And it shows the agenda on each and every day. It shows the dress code for elements and things you need to pack, etc., etc., etc. So do engage with that website and do take a look. So the DSA survey, the European Direct Selling Association, is doing a survey. And we're very proud that they asked Leo to survey some of its members on behalf of the DSA. So this is happening in 11 countries, and it's not every single company that's been asked to participate. So very proud, and it shows again a great strong connection between Leo and the DSA. And this has been sent out to Leo members. It's strictly private and confidential. So if you've received this, can you please complete it? It will take about 15 minutes. You'll be helping the DSA, and you'll be helping to mold them and shape them for the future. And some great breaking news, I can tell you, is the head of the UK DSA is going to be joining us in Mauritius. Isn't that exciting? So again, a big connection with the DSA, always building our bridges with the DSAs around the world and ensuring that they understand what we do and you do, and that they also understand that we're a legitimate, responsible networking business that's here for the long term. Notices, office closures, Easter, the UK will be shut from 30th of March to 2nd of April. Canada will be shut on Good Friday, which is the 30th of March. Hong Kong will be shut for Easter, 30th of March to 2nd of April, and will also be shut for Tomb Sweeping Day on the 5th of April. And in China, our mainland China office will be shut for Tomb Sweeping Days from the 5th to the 7th of April. So please put that in your diaries, because you obviously need to know what offices are open and shut, because it may affect some things that you want to do. Plan your actual team acquisition and your contracts and all that stuff around those dates if you can. British summertime is rapidly upon us. This Sunday we switched to British summertime, so it doesn't affect you if you're in Europe, but if you're outside of there, it will affect the time of the weekly webinars, etc. So do ensure that you check, because it will still be 3 o'clock in the United Kingdom for the webinar, but that may have changed for you. So you can check that online. If you've got any concerns, then contact your local office and I'm sure they'll be able to help you. And the call to action for this week, Leo Gold, limited edition collector's items are available to each and every one of you. If you want to be one of those very, very, very few that get to purchase and own one of the first coins, the first of the collection of 5, then you'll need to act very, very quickly. Also, you want to be buying a gold pack, so you qualify for the autosave compensation plan if you and your team are going to participate in gold. Digital market service is available through your back office. You should use this to recruit in conjunction with a gold pack. Great way to recruit and to attract new team members. And events, wherever you want to go, whatever event you want to attend, when you see the event, you make the decision, get the ticket immediately. Don't delay, because the meeting sizes are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's always more people that want to come than we have seats. So it really is a first mover advantage. And if you're a leader, you should be going in and getting 10 tickets, and 1 for yourself and 9 for your team members you're going to bring along with you, because you can't rely on them to do it themselves. You know that. So if you're a leader, you should be doing it. And what's very, very interesting to me is when I look at the Turkey event, the #1 market attending the Turkey event is United Kingdom. So there you go. If you're not in the United Kingdom and you want your country to be #1, then get your team to get their tickets, and then maybe you'll be at the top of the tree next week. Who knows? But right now, it's the United Kingdom is the #1 for purchasing tickets to go to that event. So next week, your webinar will be hosted by Mr. Dan Anderson. I know I said that last week, but he didn't know he was going to have to do all this stuff today. But it definitely will be Dan next Monday with lots and lots of exciting news. But before I let you go, I just wanted to really talk about your business targets, what you're looking to achieve. I guess it's easier if we call it your dreams, plans, and goals, really, because everything we've just looked at is all fine, well and good. But if you don't have that motivation to actually take action and to get yourself a ticket, to jump on a plane, fly to Turkey, if you don't have that motivation to actually go out and speak to a new potential team member about Leo Gold and the DMS, if you don't have the motivation to get out of bed in the morning, life can be pretty dull. And in our business, the people that succeed are the planners, the people that know what they're looking to achieve, and they're prepared to commit to paper what they want to achieve. And then they plan their work and they work their plan. So I just very, very quickly, as we wrap up, wanted to give you 10 tips I think will help you with this as you're developing to be the best you can be. As you're developing to be the person that I believe you were born to be, and Leo is the vehicle that's going to help you to achieve that. And the first thing I want you to think about is you must focus your attention on what you want and not what you don't want. And you need to be interested in it. In fact, I'd go too far as so you need to be obsessed by it. You have to focus on what you want and be obsessed by what you want. Be that financial freedom, be that you want to get out of debt, be that you want to quit your job, be that whatever your its are. This comes down to your goals, your motivation. Number 2, you need to visualize and imagine yourself doing or already having the very things that you've written down. If you're thinking about it, when a sports athlete is training for the Olympics, when they're running every day and they're working out and they're running, they don't think about losing. They think about winning. They think about getting across the finish line before the other person does. Number 3, you've got to be enthusiastic about getting it and having it. You know, enthusiasm creates a great attitude, and attitudes are contagious. And every morning when you wake up, you've got to ask yourself, is my attitude today worth catching? And if it isn't, why would you think that anyone would want to join you on your success journey? Why they'd want to join you and your winning team as you develop Leo together as a team? So you have to be enthusiastic. And that's not an enthusiasm that makes it look like you're on something illegal. It's about having a smile on your face and a spring in your step, and the thought process that you will attract good things and good people and good results if you put out the same. Number 4, know exactly what you want. You have to write down your goals with a detailed description. Draw pictures if you want. Make models, take photos, do anything that you like, but no dates. And that's all in the goal setting guide that you get in your back office. Number 5, you've got to desire it above all else, above everything else. This has to be a burning desire. You know, my old mate Zig Ziglar always said you can have anything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. But in order for you to help other people, you have to learn to like them and love them. And in order for you to like and love other people, you've got to like and love yourself first. Which means we have to take stock of who we are, what we can achieve, recognize our bad faults, recognize our weak faults, recognize our great assets, and focus on the great and eliminate and forget the rest. Number 6, you've got to have faith within your involvement. You've got to have faith and belief in yourself, in the company, in Dan, in your upline, and your leadership, because there is an element of faith in all human endeavor. If there wasn't, then great things wouldn't be achieved. We think of Robert Bannister, who recently passed. If he didn't have faith that he could break that minute-mile time, he'd never have done it. But since the day he did it, over 2,000 people have done it because they didn't need faith, because it had already been done by somebody else. Number 7, do the work required. You've got to have a plan, and you've got to work that plan, and you cannot go home or go to sleep at night with work undone for the day. It doesn't matter whether you work in an office or you're running your laya business, or you're an entrepreneur. There's things we have to have done every single day, and we shouldn't and couldn't sleep at night if we'd not got those things done, because it means tomorrow we're further behind than we were today. Number 8, give up things that oppose your goal. We all have habits. We all do things, we all read stuff, we all interact with people who are opposed to our goals and our greater good. And we have to eliminate things that are opposing our goals. Number 9, pretend you already have all of your goals achieved. Now, this isn't lying. You're not going to tell somebody you already drive a brand new Jaguar if that's what you wanted, because you don't have it. But you've got to believe in yourself and pretend in your mind that you already have it, because it helps you to be in the right mindset for developing and actually preparing to do the work you need to do and fulfilling that work. And then lastly, number 10, and probably the most important, ladies and gentlemen, be thankful for what you already have. Wherever you are in the Leo world, wherever you are in the physical world, you have so much to be thankful for. And when you're thankful for what you already have, the universe has a very uncanny ability of shoving more things towards you that you want to be thankful for. You have to be positive, enthusiastic, and thankful for the life that you have and the things you have already today if you want to attract more of the good stuff. And if you buy that idea, ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee you one thing: I'll definitely see you all over the top.